What's going on, y'all? Y'all see what's on the screen. LeBron James interview. You know, we want to get into the topics at hand. Yeah, man, let's get into it. Tell me what videos you want me to react to next.
You're zeroing in on the all-time scoring record, needing fewer than, 500 points to get there? When you think back to that first NBA bucket you had, what goes through your mind?
How nervous I was. I knew that.
Why
that I was
that
ready
audio
for the moment.
not
I knew that
right?
I belonged.
Come on,
in the
ESPN.
greatest league in the world. But I didn't know what to expect, and I was just super nervous. I didn't know how my first bucket was going to come. I didn't know if, how it's going to be a layup or a free throw. I was hoping it would be a layup, but it ended up being a baseline jump shot fadeaway by our bench, and actually a kind of difficult shot too. But I was just so nervous with excitement, nervous with I don't want to fail, I don't want to let people down, but just proud that I was able to accomplish one of my goals, to be a part of the NBA.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had 6 NBA MVPs, 6 championships, yet he'll still often sign sports memorabilia with the number 38,387. Among all your accomplishments, where will the scoring title rank?
I don't know. I don't know because I have not set out to do that. It wasn't like a goal of mine when I entered the league. Making an all-star team, being Rookie of the Year, being first team All-NBA, first team on defense, winning a championship for sure, being an MVP of the league.
For both of those?
Yeah. but the scoring record was never, ever even thought of in my head because I've always been a pass-first guy. I've always loved the excitement of seeing the success of my teammates, of playing the game, and that's just the way I was brought up. So to know where it will rank as I stay here today, like you said, less than 500 points away, I don't even know how I'm going to feel, and I guess until that moment, but it's never been a goal of mine.
You yourself have said you're not a scorer, but doesn't this have to tear a hole in that argument if you get the record or when you get the record?
I think in the sense of, I know how to put the ball in the hole, that's for sure. And when I say I'm not a scorer, I say it in the sense of it's never been the part of my game that defined me. I've always wanted to be a triple threat, to be able to rebound, assist, and be able to score as well, to just keep the defense at bay, but also wanted to be able to defend at a high level, communicate at a high level, try to be a great teammate, night in and night out. But there's an argument to it, when you look at, how long this record has stood, and the great Kareem of being able to accomplish something like that. So, but it won't be for me to discuss because I've never felt that way.
So Kareem obviously had the signature skyhook. When fans picture LeBron James as an offensive threat and they close their eyes, what should they be picturing?
Wow.
This side
it's
arm.
not like I have a
side tomahawk
signature.
That's the I'm stamping it. That's the signature, my boy. That side arm top. Now you think you used to do that OD. You don't really do that too much nowadays, but
Leg Dirk fadeaway or a Pat and Michael Jordan fadeaway or a Kareem sky hook, or a dream shake. I've been able to, do things that just is not a signature. I think the only signature thing that people always talk about is like my signature tomahawk dunk in transition. People always kind of talk about my signature. Even one of my teammates now today, Lonnie Walker, always talk about the LeBron signature tomahawk dunk, and that's been pretty cool. And that came out of nowhere too. I happen to my brother Brandon Weems, who's now in the front office with the Cavs. He got a steal versus Oak Hill my senior year and threw it to me, and on national television, I was just living in the moment and did that dunk, and this became a signature of mine.
The Akron Hammer, right?
Yeah.
So getting back to Kareem, you guys have so many links from mythical high school careers to social justice consciousness, time with the Lakers, and now the scoring record. Where's your guys' relationship stand these days?
I think in the sense of just the correlation of, like you saying, being high school phenoms to doing the things that we did off the floor, for the betterment of our people, to wearing a Lakers jersey and trying to carry on that legacy that Dr. Buss and so many great people set out for. And then, being a part of this conversation with the scoring record. That's the relationship, that's the conversation that we will kind of always be linked.
When you break the record, knock on wood somewhere,
right,
who will be meaningful for you to see in the arena that night?
My family. And I know it's going to be challenging whenever that moment happens. Because of my kids' schedule, because they're, the boys are playing basketball and they have their schedule, but they may have to miss a game or a game or two because they were there when the whole journey began. And well, some of them, they were there, later on in the journey, but they've always been part of what it meant for me to be able to accomplish what I want to accomplish, and that's my family, that's my kids, my wife, my mother, and a lot of my family and friends.
Throughout your career, you've played with some peers that have been considered better.
W answers right now. Give me W answers.
T-Mac, KD, Melo maybe, but none of them can touch your longevity. How is it meaningful for you to be approaching this record while you're still playing above the rim, while you're still flying up and down the court, while you're still dominating games, to be this version of you when the record approaches? What does that mean to you?
It means a lot in the sense of me always preparing my body, always preparing my mind to be at my best. And to be able to go out and still be a focal point of my opponent's scouting reports lets me know I'm still playing at a high level, and I want to continue to play at a high level. I want to continue to play at a championship level and still be respected every time I touch the floor as a threat throughout the whatever minutes I'm playing. If it's 25 minutes, if it's 35 minutes, if it's 45 minutes, every time I'm on the court, I'm always viewed as a threat. That means a lot to me in the sense of how I just prepare myself to go out and play.
You've been a threat for 2 decades now. I want to do a quick hitter, just thinking back to some of your most memorable regular season buckets. When I say your time as a Cavalier, what stands out?
My most memorable bucket will probably be Game 2 of the Orlando Magic series. We were up big in that game, and they came back once again and took the lead. And at the end, I remember the late great Craig Sager sitting on right there, like in the corner, ready to interview the Orlando Magic's either been Hedo, because he had hit a big shot over Rashard Lewis or even Dwight, and get the inbound pass and was able to knock it down at the buzzer to tie the series. That's one of my most memorable shots.
So you have incredible postseason shots. We know all the game winners and stuff, but like regular season, I think about the outlet from Kevin Love in Washington.
In Washington, that was incredible as well. Yeah, for sure.
In Miami, right? So what do you think about in Miami? Is it the lob from Dwayne Wade?
Yeah, it's probably the lob. The lobs from D Wade, but also when the silencer hit the nation in the world. The shot before All-Star Weekend in Golden State. That was a very memorable shot. And also Game 7, to be able to kind of seal the game against San Antonio on the right elbow versus that great Spurs team. And
now with the Lakers, what are some of the shots that come to mind? I think about a historic shot in a way playing in the Orlando bubble against the Clippers, getting the game winner.
Yeah.
The NBA bringing sports back to society. What are the things that stand out?
Yeah, absolutely. I've hit so many memorable shots here as a Laker, but that's one of them, Dave. You're saying it. Just the world was going through so much, and sport in general has always been an escape. Has always been a place for joy and comfort and laughs, and you're down some days, and then your team play again, and you're up the next day. So for us to be able to bring the game back to the bubble and hitting the game winner versus the Clippers, that was big time. Also, hitting those big time shots versus Denver and in the Western Conference Finals to be able to seal that series in that fourth quarter. That was a very memorable moment for myself.
How do you think you've evolved as a scorer?
How I've evolved, I think the best teacher in life is experience, and I think over the course of my career, I've just gotten better with every facet of my game. There were times where didn't really have a low post game.
Bro.
It wasn't a low.
That's a fact. Experience, man.
Low post threat. There was times where I wasn't a threat
fact.
from the mid range. There was times where I wasn't a threat from the outside. There were times where you could literally just try to bait me into doing things that I wasn't great at. I've evolved into where I do what I want to do on the floor, you know, and I take the shot that I want to take. I'm able to use my ability to read coverages because I've seen them all for the betterment of not only myself, but more importantly, for my teammates to succeed. So I've learned a lot over the years.
Some of these things come down to timing, right? And you've had so many great things occur with the context of winning in your career. But some of these things, you scored your 30,000th point in a loss against San Antonio. You passed Kobe in a loss in Philadelphia. You passed Michael in a loss against Denver. Passed Carmelo in a loss against Washington. And this record is approaching while your team is below 500.
Right.
How's that sitting with you?
I want to win. It's not sitting well with me. I don't like having accomplishments, and they don't feel right when it comes in a losing effort. And it don't matter if it's a regular season game or not. I've been trained and born and to win. That's how I started my basketball journey as a little leaguer, playing the game, and we were trained to win and play the right way, play for your teammates and play the right way. But we want to win, and so. You know, as we sit here right now as a franchise and a team that's below 500, you know, we've been playing some good basketball as of late, but we want to, and I want to win at the highest level, you know, and, you know, breaking records and setting, you know, records or passing greats and losing effort has never been a DNA of mine. I think back to like last year when I was having a conversation with Mav and Rich and PR and Randy. And it was towards the end of the season, and I had an opportunity to lead the league in scoring. And I was like, yeah, but we're not going to make the playoffs no matter what. And me being out on the floor, trying to go for a scoring record in games that don't matter, it felt so corny to me. So I was like, I'm not even going to finish. I'm not going to be able to qualify because I'm not going to play any of these games. So. You know, that has never mattered to me unless it was about winning.
So the next closest active player on the all-time scoring list is Kevin Durant, and he's no spring chicken either. He's 34 years old. Are there any players out there that you've seen that you feel like could have the right mix of talent, skill, drive, determination, luck to be able to someday pass this record for you?
I mean, KD comes up the first thing that comes to mind for sure. His name is not easy money and Slim Reaper for no reason. He does it so effortlessly. His ability to
that's
shoot the
right
three
word.
ball, shoot the mid range, get to the paint, but also shoot 85, 90 from the free throw line. Those are key ingredients, but the most important is about being available on the floor. We have a lot of great scorers in our league. You know, with KD being one of them, Kyrie, Luka, he's young, Embiid, Giannis, those guys, they put numbers on the board. But you have to have a little luck as well, you know, and you know, we all know that health is the most important, not only in life, well, not only in sports, but in life in general. You have to have some real good luck to be able to be on the floor and still be able to do it.
Once you have the scoring title to your name, what's left for you? What do you need to do in your career before you can hang it up?
I need to be on the floor with my boy. I got to be on the floor with Bronny. You know, either on the same uniform or, you know, a matchup against him. And I don't mean like, because he's a point guard. At this point, now I'm playing center, or whatever the team needs from me.
Positionless basketball.
Positionless basketball. Coach Paul always said positionless basketball, which I love. But I would love to do the whole King Griffey Sr. Jr. thing. That would be ideal for sure. Being with him, spending a full year with him in the same uniform, that would be the icing on the cake.
And just, well, what do you tell him about the potential of that opportunity? How do you guys discuss that?
We don't. We don't discuss. We don't discuss, but he sees it. He hears what I say. He has aspirations. I asked him what is his aspirations, and he says he wants to play in the NBA. So, if he wants to do it, he got to put in the work. Unless I'm here already, so I'm just waiting on him.
He'll have about 40,000 points to catch up to get to Dad.
Yeah, he got a long way to get to me.
Thank you for.
That's a W interview, though, man. If y'all enjoyed this, y'all know what to do. Click on the last reaction, man. Turn on post notifications. Links in the description, man. And I'm out of here.